All right, welcome back. And we're still talking about whole numbers, but now we're going to round some numbers. Rounding means that we need to look at place values. So identifying place values is super important to this lesson. So first, we're going to practice using place values, and we're going to figure out which digits are where. So I have a whole bunch of numbers written on your screen, and you don't have to write anything right now. You just need to think. While I'm reading these numbers, there's a digit underlined. That digit is the name of the place value that I want you to say or think to yourself. 1,398,076. I have the 9 underlined. It is in the 10,000s place. 3,045. I have the 4 underlined. It is in the tens place. 256,379. I have the 2 underlined. I want you to think what place that is. It's the 100,000s place. 62,984, and I underlined the 9. The 9 is in which place? Hundreds. Okay, this one's a little bit easier because I'm about to say the answer. 3,298,016, and that 3 is in the millions place. 17,362. Where is that 7? In the thousands. 45,173. That teeny little 3 is in the ones place. 24,756. That 2 is in the 10,000s place. And our last one, 2,498,013. Where is that 4? The 100,000s place. Okay, the reason why this is really important is because in this lesson, we're going to have to round to a specific place value, which means that we need to find that place value. We need to look at the neighbor that is to the right and decide if it's going to bump up or stay the same. Okay, so now we're going to do some rounding. We're going to practice rounding numbers to a given place value. Okay, this page is set up so that we can round everything to the thousands place. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the thousands place, and then we're going to look at the digit beside it. And I call these bullies and wimps. The bullies are the big numbers. They're the ones that say to the number beside them, you need to move up. And the wimps are the teeny little numbers. And those are the numbers that are just like, it's okay, you can stay the same. And I do have a link in the description for this module that has a printout of the bullies and the wimps. So you can use that printout. You can save it to your computer or print it and use it for this lesson. So let's look at these numbers. The first one is 34,982. We want to round to the thousands place, so we're going to look at the 4. And when I look at the 4, I have to come over to the neighbor. My neighbor is a bully. And so when I round this number, I rounded to 35,000. Now notice, I'm rounding to the thousands place, which means everything else turns into a 0. And the reason why we moved up to a 5 instead of staying a 4 is because the 9 is a bully and it says move on up. Let's read the next one. 1,302,876. Looking at that thousands place, it's got a 2. Now we come over and the neighbor is an 8. That neighbor is a bully. So we have to bump up. So we have 1,303,000. Now notice, the 1 and the 3 stayed the same because those digits do not get touched. That's not something that we're going to worry about. We're rounding to the thousands. And so the thousands bumped up to 3. Everything else changed to a 0. Okay, I'm going to do another one with you specifically, and then we're going to try some of these with a pause. I'm going to let you do some of these on your own. So the next one is 5,672. We're rounding to the thousands, which is the 5. We come to the neighbor. He's a bully. He makes the 5 a 6. Okay, so now I want you to think. This next one does not have a thousands place. So we have to assume that the thousands place is a 0. And then the hundreds place is a 9. He's a bully. So what do you think this next answer should be? 1,000. We're rounding that up to 1,000. All right, look at the next one. 13,289. There's a 3 in the thousands place and a 2 as its neighbor. That neighbor is a wimp. 13,000. Okay, next one, 962,076. We look at the thousands place, it's a 2. Beside it is a WIMP, so we round that to 962,000. Okay, I want you to look at the next one. I'm not going to say what to do. I want you to think what the answer might be. 46,000. That 5 has a bully beside him, so he turns into a 6. I want you to look at the next one, 39,743. I want you to think. This one's a little tricky. 40,000. Okay, because there's a 9 in the thousands place, and when you bump it up because of that 7 bully, it has to change from 39 to 40. That one was a little tricky. Okay, and then look at this last one. 2,560,745. We bumped up because there's a 0 in the thousands place, and that 7's a bully. All right, so now we're going to talk about the 100,000s place. And so I'm just going to run through right now and tell you where all the 100,000s are. So in the first one, you're looking at the 8, and then you have to decide if the 0 is a bully or WIMP. In the next one, you're looking at that 6, and you need to decide if that 5 is a bully or WIMP. In the next one, you're looking at the 4, and you have to decide if that 5 is a bully or a WIMP. Then you're looking at the 3 and deciding if the 6 is a bully or WIMP. And then you're looking at the 4 and deciding if the 5 is a bully or a WIMP. Then you're looking at the 1 and deciding if the 3 is a bully or a WIMP. Then you're looking at the 8 and deciding if the 2 is a bully or a WIMP. Then you're looking at the 8 and deciding if that 9 is a bully or a WIMP. And then the last one, you're looking at the 3 and deciding if a 7 is a bully or a WIMP. Okay, I'm going to give you a second. I'm going to pause just for a second here. And I want you to go back to that first one, and I'm going to show you the answer. Okay, that 0 is a WIMP, so that 8 stays the same. That 5 is a bully, which makes the 6 a 7. That 5 is a bully too, and so that makes the 4 a 5. The 6 is a bully, so that makes a 4. The 5 is a bully, which makes the 4 a 5. That 3 is a WIMP, so it stays a 1. That 2 is a WIMP, so it stays an 8. The 9 is a bully, which makes the 8 a 9. And last but not least, that 7 is a bully, so it makes the 3 a 4. Okay, so I want you to keep remembering while you practice on your own that you're going to decide if the neighbor to the right of the place value that you're looking at is a bully or a WIMP. And my suggestion for doing these is to underline the place value that they're asking you for and then looking at the neighbor. All right, do the best that you can, and remember that there's a trick sheet in this module. All right, good luck.